I will be informing my audience about the pros and cons of gun control. Gun control is a vast concern with society today, and the bottom line is, no matter what, people are going to have a disagreement against this law. Society has changed drastically over the years about bearing arms, along with making lifestyles less violent. Gun control. Majority of gun violence is in the person who is triggering the weapon, other than the weapon alone. There are enough guns in America for each person to have at least one weapon, leading towards about half America owning firearms. As gun violence increases, many people are trying to reduce the law of purchasing guns today. Many people are fighting towards and against gun control. The development of gun use today is proclaimed for a positive use in such of hunting and self-defense. Gun control is a vast concern with society today, and the bottom line is that no matter what, people are going to have a disagreement against this law. There are many interpretations when involving both sides of gun control. There are many positive gun indications that should not prevent the gun control laws from changing within society. There are many supported predicaments and gun rights. Pros. Purchasing a gun takes up to 3 days after the background check is suitable. Scanning the background check is more accountable with knowing the gun is in responsible hands. Making responsible decisions with a gun can indicate a person is owning more than one gun. The longer a person waits for their gun shows prosperity with overall decision making. State gun control laws include background checks, waiting periods, registration requirements to purchase or sell all guns. Understanding what our world has become. Pursuing these checks can persevere that there will be no unlawful decision making with this weapon. Safety amongst society. Past history has an insight in overcoming this law with great stance. The Second Amendment protects an individual right to possess a firearm unconnected with service in a militia to use the arm for traditional lawful purposes such as self-defense within the home. If someone broke into the house to murder or to rape someone, that would be considered legal acceptable. Certain classes are to be taken in order to carry a gun around at all times. Not having gun control can ease the satisfaction with people to use guns for proper ways. There are many negative stances towards gun control. There are many supported dilemmas when coming down to having gun control rights. Gun violence is exceeding with the homicides, and people are not paying attention to what actually caused this to happen. Cons. Many of these criminals are still managed to get their hands on a weapon. It's easy for one person to make a deal with someone to get what they really, really want. Criminals are criminals and have no boundaries on how serious violence truly is. A journalist, Ed Stone, had stated, legislating against private gun ownership should have the untenable consequences. The only person likely to obey such a law are the law-abiding, who would quickly fall prey to the criminals who did not obey this law. Another man, Lawrence Hunter, chairman of Revolution PAC, stated, the founders understood that the right to own and bear laws is a fundamental and is essential to maintaining liberty, as are the rights of free speech, free press, freedom of religion, and other protections against government encroachments on liberty delineated in the Bill of Rights. Advocates suggested that gun control required the guns only to be used at gun clubs where they could be locked and keyed. Nowadays, people want to practice and keep guns close by for self-defense. With not having the proper security system, criminals in the past would have sacrificed their lives to put their countries under attack. Certain laws are to maintain our country's safety. States that have gun control amenities seem to have a lower number in homicides. Washington, D.C. and New York City have the most restrictive gun control laws in the country, yet they also have the highest crime rate. Many of the deaths are due to criminal use of guns, as opposed to rightful use by law-abiding citizens. The cons of gun control will be distinguished more throughout society today. The understanding of gun control has many establishments within ownerships of a gun. The pros and cons of gun control has many fingers pointed at the violence, that we put the blame on the weapon itself, which is not the case. It's the human behind it. In reality, if all people were to take high responsibilities with owning a gun, more rights would be allowed, along with however many ownerships a gun people can have. How many people look up to one another today and follow their footsteps? Gun handling is all over the world, makes it harder to confiscate each individual gun. All rights in amendments are proclaimed as written and are severed as reasoning with many different laws passing in the past century. As crime rates increase with the active responsibility decision, consequences are being made towards all humans. What I'm showing here is how much manufacturers are producing pistols, rifles, and shotguns. Within the years of 1999 and 2013, leaving it to be over 6,759,278 difference between those 2 years. This proves that people are archived the freedom of liberation, and there is no intention to set back on gun rights. Thank you.